You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Create custom playlists. Over 20,000 shows to discover. Rate and review my show, the GMR Podcast, on Stitcher. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcasts. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store. Who is Jean? That's a question that quite a few people already know the answer to, and now it's time for you to find out who is Jean. Go to whoisjean.com, that's WHOISZHON, and you can watch the entire 20-episode series for free. It's the story of Jean, an alien, or is he, who crash-landed on Earth many, many years ago, who has now turned himself in to the authorities and claims he'll answer all of their questions. Or will he? Check it out. Whoisjean.com. WHOISZHON.com. GMR. You're listening to the GMR Podcast. Coming in 2014, the director's cut of Writing Frenzy. Frenzy, the hottest comic book on the market. Billy Shaw, the screenwriter assigned to write the Frenzy movie. One problem. Billy's totally blocked. Now, Billy travels to the comic book store that the creator of Frenzy died in an attempt to inspire himself. Will it do the trick? With help from the store's owners, John and Pete, it just might. Writing Frenzy. It's about the process. The new comedy from Pondo Enterprises, coming in 2014. Support your locals, starting with Space Smoke Shop, located on 125 East Pennington Street, Tucson, Arizona.
Space Smoke Shop. Cheap tobacco, any drink you can think of. We're also a hookah lounge and a venue. You'll love it.
Every second and fourth Tuesday is Punk Rock Tuesday at Space Smoke Shop, 125 East Pennington Street, downtown Tucson, Arizona. Be sure to tell them you heard about them on the GMR Podcast.
GMR! 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 GMR!
Hello, and welcome to the GMR Podcast, show 83. And hopefully we're saying hello to many new listeners, as the last episode was quite a success for us. Tim Brecht is ratings gold. And I even told him that, and he laughed about it. So I guess since you all really enjoyed listening to us talk about Big Brother, hopefully you'll continue to listen to us talk about Big Brother or something like that. I'm Marty Cottola.
I'm Gene.
And we're here once again. And, oh, geez, what did she say? Day 42 in the Big Brother house was yesterday, I believe she said, Julie, at the
Is that what
top
she
of the
said?
episode. Yeah. Oh, wow. There's so much to talk about. Where to begin? I guess we could, let's start with the most active person in the house right now, Derek.
Because they're wearing their little, what do they call those things?
Activity
monitors.
That's right. I call it a pedometer, but
Well, these do a little bit more.
They're a little
I think
more
they
advanced,
measure
yeah.
the heartbeat and things like that.
Yeah, calories burned and whatnot.
Well, that's just they just do the math from how much you moved, right?
Yep. Amazing.
So super active people this week.
Yeah. Derek, I still think he's the ringleader of the entire house. He's pulling all the strings from behind the scenes, very subtly, very quiet.
Playing a good evil game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's going to win if they're not careful. I firmly believe that.
Plus, he's Team America now.
True.
So,
So he's got multiple alliances. It seems like if you don't have at least 2 alliances right now, you're probably not going to last.
You got to
much
have
longer.
a backup. That's why Amber, she tried to get an alliance with Christine and...
Oh, yeah, let's start an all-girls alliance. Well, we remember when Joey tried that one a few weeks back.
Yeah. How many girls are left in the house?
Oh, let's see here. Let's do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 11. Yep, Victoria, Christine, Nicole, and Jocasta. That's it. If only they had formed that all-girl alliance with Joey back when. Well, why Devin could still be in the house.
That'd be an interesting thing, yeah.
And now with Caleb, things are going to get interesting because he no longer has Amber to focus on in the house. Or does he, like you were saying? For all we know, this could continue without her even being there for a few more weeks.
Yeah, he could just... I'm sure he's still talking about it, and that's why he's... Spoiler alerts. Should we do spoilers?
Well, that's already happened, you know.
It's already happened. Well,
If you're hardcore, you're listening to this and you already know where you probably know more than we know.
Yeah, because we're not 24/7.
So what's your spoiler?
I forgot.
That Amber got evicted last night?
Amber did get evicted last night.
My favorite part of the Caleb incidents was when he was standing behind that door just staring.
Oh, yeah.
And who walked in? And he's like, bro, you scared the shit
Derek.
out of me.
It was
Yeah.
Derek. And why would Derek get scared like that? Who wouldn't get scared
Yeah,
like that, right?
I guess you really can't see through that reflective...
No, but here's the thing. Caleb totally saw him coming straight at him, right?
yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't realize what was happening.
He's in stealth mode, cowboy. Hilarious. So, evicting Amber could be a bad thing for the rest of the house because Caleb could focus on the game now, or it could be a good thing because he'll focus on the game now and help the detonators, or the dominators, as I like to call them.
You think this activity bracelet's going to be the way they pick have-nots for the rest of the...
It seems like it. I wonder if they'll switch it up and the 4 most active people get to become have-nots this time, because expect the unexpected after all.
All right, well, that brings us to Caleb being the most second active person.
That's right.
So, and he was a have-not.
Yeah, he was at the bottom of it before,
So he probably like, fuck this. I got to get moving.
I got to burn off some slop.
Or not. Yeah, who wants to eat that slop? Because one of the things is pickles, and we all know he doesn't like pickles.
No. It's an acquired taste, one of which I don't think he'll be acquiring more of. Like you were saying, that wasn't an entire pickle.
It
That
wasn't
was
even a pickle.
Like
if I were Amber, I would
fourth of a pickle.
have called him on it.
And I've eaten squid before, and I didn't think it tasted like a pickle.
He didn't eat raw squid, though.
No, I did not eat raw squid. I ate calamari fried. That's much different.
Wasn't octopus, it was squid.
No. It was squid. It was chewy. It was good.
Is it all calamari?
I've probably had some octopus at one point or another. Sometimes the have-nots get weird things like octopus as their side food.
I know that
Been known to happen.
I was watching some recent After Darks, and they had, a tripe, a bunch of tripe.
Ah.
And dude's trying to make the tripe, and another guy's saying that it wasn't cooked all the way through, and he was trying to say, oh, well, it'll dry out.
Can make some slop menudo out of that.
And then somebody else was saying that the tripe is ruining all the food in the refrigerator.
Where's all the vanilla ice cream? Still one of my favorite.
Tastes like
moments
tripe
this season.
now. That's weird.
Tastes just like tripe.
Well, you ever eat tripe? I haven't.
Yeah, I've had menudo a
Have
couple
you?
times, and it's all right. You know,
Is it good?
yeah, you don't notice. It's like it's something bizarre. You know, was it sheep stomach or is that what it is? Beef stomach?
It's just, it's just intestines, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's stomach,
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
but I've never been hungover enough where I felt like, oh, I should go get some menudo right now.
Yeah, I think I just tried it just to see what it was, and yeah, not bad. Have you ever eaten head cheese or anything like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, I gave all that stuff up a couple years ago. Let's see here. Frankie Grande, Large Frank, as I guess that would be translated. He's the third most active in the House, and I still think he's got a really good chance of being Final Four, especially because of this Team America thing, but also the detonators, and he seems to be the nice second in control under Derek.
He has quite a few alliances as well.
Yeah. Everybody's friend,
He'll stab you in the back, though.
Oh, yeah. He'll tell Amber, even though I'm HOH, I'm not going to tell you. Because what are you going to do at that point? Say, you're going home? I want to make it easy for everybody. But Frankie, I think he's going to go far. I mean, anything could happen with this double eviction coming up, especially because of Donnie being HOH currently, because of how that all played out. And like we said, if you're listening to this, you're probably more caught up than we are, is what I'm suspecting. So anything could happen. I was waiting for another twist. I guess this whole activity tracker is another twist.
Oh, that's
but they said the most twisted summer ever. So I'm waiting for some other shoe to drop here.
Evil Dick to show up.
Yeah, there you go.
Put him through the paces.
Evil Dick is Zingbot. He could just come in and start talking trash to everybody. He's good at that.
I'm looking forward to a Zingbot this year.
Yeah,
Those are always nice.
If you've stayed in the house long enough to meet Zingbot, you've already won. Cody's the fourth most active. Cody seems to be playing a pretty level-headed game. He's part of the detonators, a firm alliance. But, like I'm saying, anything could happen. But between Cody, Zach, and Christine, they all seem to be at the bottom three of the detonators, I think, because obviously Derek and Frankie are in control. So if they get down to that bottom five, final five, those three are just going to have to, a battle to the death to see who sticks around, because you don't really know where Zach's loyalty lies. And at that point, when you're in the top five, it's every man for themselves anyways.
Zach seems to be the most easily manipulated person in the house.
Well, but Caleb's, if you say just the right thing to him, too. But, yeah, Zach, why don't you, now calm down, Zach, but why don't you make a speech at the thing? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe you should go into shut everything down mode. But no, here's an idea. I need $5,000, so I want to go out there and do one of your speeches.
Of which you're not going to see a penny of, Zach. Zach, he's playing the Dr. Will playbook, but he's doing it a little more insanely. I hate everybody in the house thing.
He said that's...
Everybody, vote me out, please. That's what Dr. Will would always say. And he won. So for everybody thinking Zach is kind of rude, obnoxious, well, you might be right. But at the same time, I think he's playing a pretty good game by taking this route. It's abrasive. I'm just eating my Starburst and my beef jerky. But it could take him far. But of course, double eviction, that can wipe people right out of there that weren't even expecting.
You don't have time to cut a deal or you get like seconds.
Yeah.
To try and save yourself.
Now Victoria's the underdog in the house. She didn't seem to know much about the game, but it's great to see her win things. Like she won that one veto, right? She took herself off the other week, and nobody expected that. And it's like, hey, I'm actually here to play.
You can't see me shaking my head, but yep.
I also enjoy when she votes, because she says it like it is. I vote to evict the horrible person or whatever. She doesn't say that, but she's always got some little jab
or the
about
fake
them,
Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she still seems to be one of the pawns in the house that they like to keep putting on the block because it's no further blood on my hands. Well, it's just Victoria's blood on your hands.
Plus, she's a weak player, so if you nominate her, you the chances of staying in the house or staying in head of household, you nominate the two strongest people while and then they pull themselves
That's
off.
true.
Now they're pissed at you, right?
Yeah, and she could start pulling herself off again. You never know.
Or win head of household, and then who goes up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you think she'd put up?
Who would Victoria put up if she was HOH?
Yeah.
Well, Frankie for one, because he keeps putting her up.
That'd be an easy one, right?
Yeah.
And-
I don't know.
Jocasta.
Yeah, just because I don't want to get any blood on my hands. Let's see here. Christine, she was playing a real solid game for a while, but now it almost seems like it's kind of shaky. I know she's a part of the detonators, but I think she's the fifth wheel of the detonators. I don't know how loyal they are to her. And at the same time, she hasn't told Nicole that she's in the side alliance. But sometimes when you say, I'm going to come clean and tell you everything, next thing you know, you're walking out the door that week. So
Well, yeah, because
it's an interesting dilemma.
If it ever got back to the rest of the group that she told Nicole,
Yeah, you're done. Because then we're all like, nobody in the house can trust you. And then 8-0, you're out the door. The house keeps voting in unison this year so far. It's very solid, which is why I think Derek and Frankie are controlling everything. But also Donnie as well, because that Team America.
you know they're going to protect. I don't know what happens if one of the house guests, one of Team America leaves. I would assume they would just continue with who's ever left.
You would
So
think.
maybe they don't really have a problem with Donnie leaving.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If anybody out there knows if somebody from Team America leaves, does Team America dissolve? Send us a tweet at GMR Podcast if anybody has been studying the feeds and maybe that information slipped out somewhere in one of their hushed, whispered conversations. They declined to take that last challenge, and I can't really blame them.
Which is the one I sent you a text saying vote for that one.
Yeah.
Just because it seemed like it'd be exciting.
Well, this is why we wanted them to be Team America.
The
Because
other
you're going to
one's-
fuck your game up by doing the task.
Yeah.
Let's see you dig your way out of this hole. But they said, nope, not going to do it. We've already won, 10 grand already? We can skip this one. Zach. Zach is trying to be a one-man chill town.
Zach is the most entertaining thing on this show. I mean, come on.
He is Devin now. He has become the new Devin.
And that's why I kind of hated to see Devin leave, just because his paranoid antics
Yeah, he kept
were
the heat off a lot of
just
people.
very interesting. His last week there, it wasn't before he even realized he knew he was getting backdoored.
Yeah.
He just totally had given up at that point. He was just made amends with everybody and was just cool with everybody. He had stopped playing the game at that point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
Yeah, he knew he had messed up at that point. You almost kind of feel bad for the guy.
He messed up.
Yep.
Played too hard, too fast.
And that'll get you every time. It really will. But Zach, he's opened his mouth to several people on more than one occasion, and he's still in the tightest alliance in the house. And then he's got his side alliance as well with Zanky and with the adventures of Zach and Cody. So
Oh, I missed the Zach and Cody.
yeah, that one's still in effect. And then of course, like what was he saying? Now we're the bros. Oh, and don't forget about Cody, who is in a two-man side alliance with Derek now, the one-ups or whatever they were going to call themselves. So there's so many alliances going on in there.
The Hitmen.
The Hitmen, that's what they called themselves. I love when Cody said undercover when he was trying to figure out the words. Dude, you just figured the whole thing out right there.
You got a narc in your midst.
Yep, he's going to win the whole thing, too, man. If they aren't careful. Wouldn't it be crazy if Derek and Frankie left this week by some weird twist of fate? I don't think that is going to happen. Some kind of weird veto screw-up would have to happen for that. But you never know. But like we were reading on Hamster Watch earlier, it looks like, and keep this in pencil because you never know, Frankie may be the backdoor victim or target this week. We'll see. But if there was ever a week to try to knock Frankie out, this is it. Double eviction. If you can get that power, you try to knock those main pieces off the board, and that'll shift everything.
Who do you think doesn't like Frankie?
I don't know.
Besides
anybody dislikes
Jacosta
him.
And I mean,
But they
yeah,
might realize
obviously,
that he's a dangerous player, though.
Victoria and Jacosta probably would have no problem nominating him, right?
Yeah.
And they could easily win head of household. Who knows how these contests go?
Yeah.
There's always a contest geared for a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Just to stir up the shit.
I'm wondering if they're even, or how they're going to do all of the competitions in 1 hour this week, because they have the Battle of the Block to do as well.
It's gonna be pretty action packed.
Yeah, I mean, they ran out of time to finish the one contest on Thursday's show last week. But they run a pretty tight ship over there at the Big Brother house, so I'm sure they know how they're going to cram it all in. Probably a lot of combined stuff, and like the last two people are the heads of household instead of just the last person, something like that. Let's see.
Won't be an endurance.
No, I wouldn't
No.
think. Not unless it's a crazy endurance where they're like throwing everything.
You
at
got to
it.
hang from your pinky or some shit.
Or like, we know nobody's going to last more than 5 minutes on this. And so Caleb's up there for 4 days. I will make a deal with you if you just drop. Fuck you, I'm never dropping. I'm in Cowboy Beast mode forever now. Nicole's playing still kind of a floater-ish game, but at the same time...
In case you've forgotten, we're going down in order of active.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was very humorous how she thought that Hayden was making out with Victoria.
Well, it was sketchy.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was just, but it was all game. It's all game.
Well, she wasn't that happy that he pulled Victoria off the block either.
Yeah.
You could tell that.
Yeah, because they have, they still have their three-person side alliance: Christine, Nicole, Hayden, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, that's still in
Nicole
effect.
is feisty.
Mm-hmm. And recently, along with Donnie, won that competition for the two heads of households, as you'll see on this Sunday's episode. But like we've said many times before, you probably already knew that before you even hit play on this episode. And thanks for hitting play on this episode. Hopefully we're keeping you amused here. GMR Podcast. Usually we talk about all sorts of stuff, but we figure, hey, for the rest of the season, let's get knee-deep into Big Brother. And if Ray rejoins us next week, well, Ray, you're just going to have to talk Big Brother with us. Ray, our resident Big Brother naysayer. Hey, not everybody enjoys the show, but what did Ray say once? Every year, this happens. I watch the first 4 episodes, I'm into it, and then I just completely fall off. You know, if you lose track and you miss a few, I can see how, the slippery slope, next thing you have no idea what's going on. But Donnie knows what's going on. Amber thought Donnie was in control of the house, and in certain ways, he does have some control over the house. It's that whole Team America factor again, which I'm surprised nobody is on to yet.
Nicole was on an After Dark. She was like, I think America's players in here. And then she's like, no, I don't. Maybe she's just covering her own ass. But she's like, I think there is. I really do. But then she's like, no.
Now, Donnie did a very wise move, I think, by declining the America's team, or I want to America's player, Team America. Fuck yeah! By declining that mission, which would have put a large target on them of why is Donnie suddenly acting completely out of character? Maybe he's one of those America's players or the saboteur.
It was right after, actually, that he went to her and was suggesting that Zach was Amanda's cousin.
Oh, yeah.
She went right
That's
from
right. I
there,
remember
right
that.
outside to the hammock, and was like, I think there's America's players in here. So.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
Sketchy.
So Hayden's stepping up his game a little bit. For the longest time, it seemed like he was just bopping along, not really doing much, and now suddenly he's talking game with Victoria and taking her off the block, and now he's part of the Bros, or whatever that is. If that's even a real thing, I didn't even see hashtag the Bros come up. So they're really into their Twitter. Have you noticed that? Twitter's all over America's Got Talent as well.
Yeah.
Which,
That's a whole nother subject.
that's a whole other thing. I think America, to briefly talk about that, I think America made the correct choices on those so far.
Yeah.
When some of the ones they eliminated were good, but and some people I thought, oh, that person's not going to go through. They should, and then they did go through, and I was like, wow, America got it right. But we'll get to see Tucson's own Luke Rollins perform live next week on AGT.
Is that right?
And yeah, we'll see if Tucson
he's part of
goes
the next
through.
12.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought the first couple acts were it was a little slow start, but then once they got to the middle, that's where the really good performers were. And I did think, even though JD didn't go through, the guy who broke all the ice, that was
That's
fucking
good
crazy.
because that guy's he's gonna really hurt himself. Well, he's probably gotten a few concussions from that have been undiagnosed, right?
No, I'm sure. Yeah, but wow, pretty amazing feat there.
He's like, oh, I can't feel my arm.
Yeah,
Right?
but I'm here. I'm in the Ready Whip Lounge, or wasn't it the Snapple Lounge last year?
It was.
Interesting.
This year,
That's like the Taco Bell Dana Carvey show or something.
Mountain Dew presents Dana Carvey.
It looks like liquid gold or whatever. Yeah.
No, what's it literally look like?
A little tangent there. Jocasta.
Now we're at the bottom of the
Yeah,
active
she's
people.
The least active today. She's been active for 0 minutes, according to CBS.com today on Friday afternoon here. First time she stayed on the block till the end, but didn't get knocked out. She's quickly becoming the ultimate pawn of the season, who I thought Pow Pow would have been, but unfortunately Devin screwed her game up early in the game, and they're all gone now. They're all gone. It's funny, I'll be watching these old After Darks, I'm not caught up yet, and then suddenly I'll see Devin in the hot tub, and I'll be like, what are you doing? Did you sneak back in when they weren't looking?
What episode are you up to?
Oh, I'm barely on like number 6 or 7.
You were on number 6 when I was here last time, dude.
I'm pretty far behind. I'll watch like 20 minutes of it, and then I got to start doing something else, or almost done with that Writing Frenzy re-edit. But anyway, Jocasta, I don't know. Has she won anything yet?
Technically?
Yeah.
Well, she won Power of Veto.
Oh, yeah. When was that again? I've
Her and
completely forgotten
Amber
about that. Oh,
won
that's
Power of
right.
Veto.
That's right. And then she turns around and...
Or was that Battle of the Block?
It was Battle of the Block. They took themselves off,
They
right?
couldn't both win Veto. Yeah.
It's one of those. Oh, it's such a blur. I know you fanatics out there are screaming at your computer right now. Get it right, guys. It was the Battle of the Block competition.
And now it's time for the after show. Let's see. At one point, Derek thought Nicole was a doctor or a med student.
Oh, so they're conspiracy theory.
I got that
her now.
on an After Dark. That was episode 13.
She's a secret genius.
Devin obviously was sensitive about everybody bitching, giving him shit about eating all the food.
Who ate all the vanilla ice cream?
Let's see. Cody called somebody Caven, which was a combination of Caleb, I think, and Devin. Caven? I think he said it by mistake.
Now that would be a
It's like
formidable opponent.
It's like a Freudian slip.
Cabin.
Episode 14 of After Dark, they were just practicing that HOH competition where they were the croquet one.
Oh.
And then not many notes on that. Episode 15. Okay, Victoria and Christine and Nicole said they hated Amber.
Wow.
Victoria called her a bitch and said she wanted to smack her face.
Wow, we didn't see that on the CBS show.
No.
So it was more personal than we realized.
And Derek told Nicole about the bomb squad.
Oh, the bomb squad. Remember the bomb squad? That was so long ago.
And I bet that didn't do Christine any favors.
Probably not.
So my pick right this week, who do I think is going to win the whole thing, the whole kick and caboodle? I'm going Caleb.
I'm still saying Derek.
Yeah?
And we'll... No, I was going to say we'll see you, not a video podcast. You'll hear us next week. Carrick. Like Cody said.
Like Cody said. Because Cody knows what's up. GMR. GMR. GMR.
GMR.
GMR.
GMR.
GMR.
GMR.
DMR!
GMR. Wow.